Our next guest is the former UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion. Last month, she announced her retirement from the UFC. Miesha Tate, welcome back to Undisputed.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And you fought both Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey, and they fight on Friday night, UFC 207. And Ronda is not doing any media interviews prior to the fight. What do you think about that decision?
It makes you wonder where her head is at, you know? Does it mean she's laser focused, or is she struggling? You know, is she struggling with everything that she feels like she has to do? And does she really want to be there? Because I kind of feel like you don't want to forget what got you where you're at. And that's, you know, that's the media covering her. So now she's refusing to do any of it. And it's like, well, you know, where is her head at? What is this girl thinking? What's going through her brain? I don't know.
Should she be allowed to do no interviews leading up to, no press leading up to this comeback?
No, I don't think so. I think that this is a huge fight, and I think that both of them should be doing the media and, you know, being accessible a little bit to the fans. You know, I do understand, I sympathize, this fight week, but everyone has to do it. You know, there's never been any
Obviously,
exceptions.
Conor McGregor got kicked out of
Yeah.
UFC 200 for not flying from his training camp in Iceland all the way to Vegas to do one big media session.
And that's what makes me think that maybe she really doesn't want to be doing this. You know, maybe she doesn't want to do it because maybe she said, look, I'll do it under one condition, I do it my way. You know, and so I just, I don't know, I feel like maybe she doesn't want to be here doing this right now.
Well, you fought last month. You fought Raquel Pennington, and after the fight, you decided time for you to hang the gloves up. When did you come to this decision?
In the middle of the fight.
How is that possible?
Yeah, you know, I just realized that it wasn't for me anymore. You know, when push came to shove, I just didn't want to get in a fist fight anymore. Right. So, you know, I'm still enjoying doing some of the submission grappling and things like that, and, you know, transitioning. I hate the word retired because it implies that I'm just done.
Right.
I'm not done. I'm just done getting in fist fights.
So when that moment came where you had to dig down and says, okay, now I need to go to this cold, dark place, and I really want to fight.
Yeah,
You just
I didn't
couldn't
want to
stomach
go there, you know, I didn't want to go there, you know, so it's just, I don't want to fight with half a heart, that's the thing,
Right.
you know, it's a dangerous sport, you don't want to go in there with half a heart, you got to be 100% in or 100% out, you know, and, you know, hanging around 80% or so is just not going to cut it for me, so it's either all in or all out.
So in the middle of the fight, so leading up to the fight, everything was fine. You thought your training camp was
Yeah.
going great. And just in the middle of the fight, you're like, this is it for me.
Yeah, no, just
Wow.
that realization when you're in there and you're just like it doesn't feel like home anymore.
Right.
You know, it didn't feel like home in there. So, you know, that's what it is. Now it's on to the next.
So 2 fights back, you went up against Amanda Nunes, and she took it to you pretty good.
She did.
And she is no walk in the park. She is no way to ease back into competition for Ronda Rousey. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I have never been hit that hard in my life. So she packs one heck of a punch. And I'll tell you one thing, it's only going to take one of those to land clean, and I think it's going to ring Ronda's bell. You know, if she can get into that clinch and she can get it down to the ground, you know, that's Ronda's playground. We all know that. But if she takes one of those on the button, man, I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer.
After what you experienced in your final fight, you just didn't want to do it anymore. Is it possible that Ronda is now in that can't-win situation where maybe big part of her said, I've had enough of this. I finally lost, and I lost badly, and she took some shots from Holm, got bloodied, obviously, and maybe looked into that abyss of, wow, this is what it's like to lose. This is what it's like to get beat up. And maybe a big part of her saying, I just don't want to do this. She's got a movie career that's budding, and then yet she doesn't want to look like she just quit. You know, she got beat one time and she just walked away. Do you think she's stuck in that between rock and a hard place?
I do. And what makes me think that is I think that if she really wanted to continue fighting, she would have been back in there sooner. I think that, you know, that's what's always seemed to be the really competitive people. Just when they lose, they want to get back in there and do it again, do it again, do it again. I can prove it. I can get better. You know, and I'm not always saying that that's always the wisest decision, but I can say that that's what I see typically from people who want to fight. They want to fight, especially off of a loss. They want to get back in there and they want to get that redemption. You know, and her taking a year and some change off just says a lot about, you know, I think that she wants to do other things. I don't really think that she wants to be in there fighting anymore, but I think that she's doing it sort of as a, you know, favor to the UFC.
So gut feeling, do you think she loses?
I do, honestly, I do. I think that one of those right hands lands, you know, I mean, unless really everything goes her way and favorable and she gets that clinch, she gets it down quick and gets it over, Ronda has the ability to finish anybody, you know, so she could do it. I'm not counting her out, but I am saying if push comes to shove, I just don't know if her heart's really in it anymore.
Well,
And Amanda's is. I mean, she's
Yeah.
she's in it. She's in it to win it.
well, okay, Ronda has a judo background. Amanda is like a striker. She wants to stand. And I thought the last fight that Ronda was fighting, she let her pride get the better of her. She wanted to stand toe-to-toe with Holly Holm instead of trying to play to her strengths and trying to get Holly to the mat. So do you think she makes that mistake again and try to stand toe-to-toe with Amanda?
No, I actually think she'll probably be a little bit punch shy. I think she's going to be looking to slip the right hand and get inside. I don't think she's going to want to play any of that. Also, Amanda is built similar to Holly. She's got that long reach. She's a very lanky woman, and she knows how to use her striking. And I don't think Ronda's going to want to mess with that. I think she's want to get it to the ground.
Now, if Ronda loses and you're retired, who's the next star? Do you think that Nunes can take over Ronda's reign? I mean, she's a very popular fighter.
Everyone's different. I won't say that it would be the same without Ronda or, myself or whoever, but I think that Amanda will do a good job, and she represents a whole country in Brazil. That's wonderful. It's a great way to market to her home fans and her home country. But there's always stars in the making. There's always stars on the rise. And we also have the 115-pound division and now new 145-pound division. So there's going to be a lot of stars on the way.
What's your take on Cris Cyborg?
My take on Cris Cyborg, I don't know. It's interesting. Did they ever say whether the anti-doping policy was a violation or
just said
not, or don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of up in the air with that whole situation. Obviously, she's an amazing fighter, but we got to play fair.
Well, Miesha, thanks so much for joining us again. We're looking
Yeah,
forward to UFC
absolutely.
207.
It's great to see you guys.